Hi YouTube! Today we're going to talk about Hindu metaphysics. This was highly requested, so I'm excited to just jump right into it. The biggest thing that has to be remembered is that vibration is everything. This is true both physically and also spiritually for Hindu cosmology and metaphysics. Physically, I mean that the world started through vibration in the Hindu mythos. Sorry, my camera's like adjusting right now. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's like weird lighting stuff going on. The Om sound that is very commonly associated with, monks and prayer and all that stuff is actually a sound that encapsulates every possible sound in the world. And I believe that's what was said that kind of started the world, is this Om vibration. And since everything vibration is vibration, this obviously applies to your consciousness as well. So consciousness in Hindu metaphysics exists on the same scale that matter does when it comes to vibration. So obviously, you have solid, liquid, gas, and gas has a higher vibration than liquid, which has a higher vibration than solid. We know this. At the very top of that, vibrationally, there it is. I just did the lighting thing. I don't know if you guys saw it. It's consciousness, and enlightenment, transcendence. We call it transcendence, and the cool thing about it is that if you get to a certain point in consciousness, you actually transcend into another dimension. You vibrated so much that you almost like teleported. You could think of it as, this is what was taught to me in college. I thought it was so interesting. And the cool thing about that, more metaphysically or more spiritually, is that we see this through, like when you're lower in vibration, it's almost like you're more in touch with the world and more grounded, which, we say grounded like it's a very spiritually advanced thing, but I say grounded in the sense that you're very attached to worldly possessions, and you're not very aware, you're very grounded in the physical because of attachment. And so the higher in vibration you are, the less attached you are, and so you're able to rise in vibration and not be attached to solid stuff, if that makes sense. So again, consciousness is vibration. The cool thing that I want to talk about now, which is like the main thing that I'm so excited to talk about, is mandalas and its use for meditation and how that relates to modern day cymatics. So mandalas are a very common image that we see in the study of meditation in general, and also more specifically like Hindu tradition and also Buddhism. But the cool thing about mandalas is that they look so similar to modern day cymatic visuals. So cymatics it's the study of visible sound waves. It looks so similar to these mandalas that have been used for so long, and there's an aspect of like, okay, this is way too similar and specific to not be deliberate. And so it really calls into question ancient people's understanding of sound waves and how it interacts with the physical, because how are these people that had no access to like modern cymatic technology to create these images with sand, or also with water? You could do it with water as well. In a very controlled environment, how were they able to do that thousands of years ago and still have such a strong knowledge and preservation of that knowledge through the creation of mandalas, with a heavy emphasis on its use with vibration as well? It's just really interesting stuff. The other thing I want to talk about is how, we know a lot about like chakras and everything. It's become like a very new age like buzzword thing, but I guess in relation to Hindu metaphysics and vibration specifically, I said this a little bit before as well, but certain vibrations are meant to trigger certain chakras. I remember, I'm not very into chakra stuff. I know it's a very close practice, but years ago I was watching a video that was supposed to like, be specific for your throat chakra, and it played a sound and you could feel it in your throat. And it was very interesting to me, and it felt like it was very cleansing. And it's like really cool how people had such a crazy knowledge of, I guess also the medicinal um, utility of vibration. You know, you get this idea of like sound baths and those sound bowls. Yeah, okay, so that's kind of all I wanted to talk about in this little bit. There's definitely a lot more that I could say. I wanted to keep it. Oh my god, why is the camera like freaking out? There's definitely a lot more that I could say, but I want to keep it very simple and I this is just the stuff that I find the most interesting, just because of how so much stuff is being proven through modern technology, like all this stuff with cymatics, which is a pretty recent study as far as like, you know, compared to like ancient times. We only started doing this like a little while ago, and it's in a cosmic blink of an eye, I guess. We started doing this compared to how long mandalas have been prevalent in Hindu tradition. It really is interesting. Anyway, I liked talking about this. I would love to talk more about more like random religion trivia stuff. I'd love to talk about hermeneutics or soteriology across any culture. I'm very into that stuff. Mysticism, hagiography. If there's anything that you guys hear and you're like, hey, I want to talk about that and learn about that, I'd love to talk about that. And also just if I am unfamiliar with something, get to research it and then talk about it with you guys. That'd still be awesome. So definitely let me know what sounds interesting, and I'll try my best to make something that satisfies that itch. Okay, I guess that's it. Thank you so much, guys. I salute the divinity in you. Thank you.